Okay, we're getting ready to start this game here at Glacier Peak High School a few minutes early, and there's the first pitch. Popped up behind the plate and out of play into the stands. Welcome to STSPN broadcast today of the first inaugural broadcast of the Glacier Peak Girls Fast Pitch Softball game against Oak Harbor. Batting for Oak Harbor right now is a young lady by the name of A. Finley. She has fouled off another pitch, so she has 2 strikes on her. In the lineup for Glacier Peak out there, we have on the mound Callie Bircher. And swing and a miss, and she's out. Out number 1. Nicely done by Callie. Now batting for Oak Harbor, N. Fellows. Second baseman for Oak Harbor. Swing and a miss. Callie's got some nice motion on that ball out there today. Another swing and a miss. Strike 2. A little bit of a rise on that pitch. Looked pretty nice. A little bit outside. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts, side in a row. Nicely done by Callie out there today. Nicely called by Nina Kim behind the plate. So we have 2 outs here for Oak Harbor. This is the catcher, just a pop fly ball out to the outfield, and it drops over the head of center fielder going in for extra bases. That's the catcher, Steele, and she's on second base with a nicely hit ball floating over the head of the center fielder. I would give her an official hit on that since the center fielder did not get a glove on it. Well, she's probably not happy that she didn't catch it. First pitch from Callie is a ball. Another nice hit out to center, right center. It's going to drop in there. It's going to score a run for Oak Harbor and a nice double, 2 doubles in a row for Oak Harbor. So nicely done. Let's bring up M. Young, center fielder for Oak Harbor. We have 1 run scored for Oak Harbor at this point. Slightly outside. There's a little bit of light rain falling here today. Second pitch outside wide, ball 2. Doesn't seem to affect these young ladies any. They seem to be happy to be out here playing this game. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Now they would like to get out of this inning right here at this point. Another nice one right down the center. Strike 2, swing and a miss. A nice day for baseball in the Northwest. Lightly raining. Oh. She tried to swing at that, but she did swing at it, and she was tagged out. So that is the third out of the game. And leave one runner stranded and one run scored. So 1-0 Oak Harbor as they take the field here. Glacier Peak varsity softball girls have been doing quite well this year. They have an 8-5 record going into this game today, and won their last 2 games against the Marysville schools, beating Marysville Pilchuck 6-4 on Tuesday this week, and on Wednesday this week in a rain-out replay they beat Marysville Getchell 10-0. So they are fully capable of putting some runs up on the scoreboard here. Let's see what they can do at the bottom of this inning. See if they can get back in this ball game. The Oak Harbor girls are sporting only a 3-8 record overall, and have not been scoring a lot of runs in the last few games. They were defeated by Meadowdale last Tuesday, 17-0. So they'd like to certainly overcome that big run score outing. And previous to that, they were beaten by Marysville Pilchuck 11-0. So they've lost a couple of games without scoring here lately, and they're off to a good start here tonight with this afternoon with 1 run in the first inning. So first up for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies here will be Alexis Michael, number 9. Makes that first pitch and puts it right out and past the right fielder, well up against the fence. She's rounding first, heading to second, into second easily, heading for third, going for the triple right out of the gate. First pitch hit deep right field for a triple. Nicely done, Alexis. On deck, number 3, Jolene Matheny coming to the plate. And she hits the first pitch down the line, fair, left field line, scoring easily for Glacier Peak. She's into second with a nice double. 2 pitches, 2 doubles, 1 run. Very quick start for these Glacier Peak girls right now. Now up to the plate is Callie Bircher. Callie, the pitcher, wants to help her team out here and see if she can get something going. A little timeout here in the confab out on the mound here with the Oak Harbor girls, trying to figure out what they need to be doing right. And Callie takes that first pitch low. Second pitch over the back, off the backstop, and back into the hands of the Oak Harbor catcher there. A steal. Wide outside. Still have a light rain falling here in the field. Another high pitch, foul ball going over to the fence and almost in play but not caught. Looks like the second baseman got clear over there behind the first baseman and could have caught it but didn't catch it. That was number 10, Kay Rankin, trying to make that play. Keeps Callie in the game here a little bit longer for one more ball, and there it is, low and down in the dirt, and the runner stays on second. Nobody moving out there right now. Inside, and that was a walk. Callie saved the best for last, and she's on first. Runners on first and second. One run in. No outs here for the Grizzlies at this point, bringing up Emma Bollinger. First pitch high to Emma. Second pitch high and outside, wide outside. A little bit wild on that pitch. Three balls in a row here, not looking too good at this point. Oh, that's straight down the middle. Nina takes that one right down the middle on a called strike. I think the coach said you got to let that one go, Nina. So Nina's got 3-1 count on here right now. Runners on first and second, looking to make something big happen here for the Grizzlies. High flying ball, puts Nina on first and loads up the bases. And that brings up Emma Bollinger. Number 13 for the Grizzlies. Another high pitch. Having a little trouble getting a little control out there. By Miss Sarnes, the pitcher. Foul tip back off the backstop. 1-1. Another foul tip off to the right, going into the fence, out of play. All right, 2 strikes on Nina. Oh, that was a little bit low. Nicely taken, low and inside by Emma. That was a pretty good looking pitch, but it must have been low, so she got away with that one too. 3-2, full count, bases loaded. This is going to either be an out, walked in run, or if she hits the ball, a lot of things can happen good for the Grizzlies here. So let's see what happens with this pitch. And it's high and it's a walk. That walks in a run. And the bases are still loaded. Bringing up Lauren Nixick. Lauren's first baseman for the Grizzlies here tonight. Another high pitch. Not doing a really great job of pitching right now. Getting a little bit wild there. Probably do good to put some down there in the plate and let them get to play and see if they could get some help from their teammates here instead of trying to do it all herself. There's one right down the middle. Looked pretty good. 1-1's the count at this point. Up high. Two and 1. 3-1. She's either high or she's low, but she's not getting them in there right out of the gate. So looking pretty good for Lauren right now. She's way ahead of the count here. Oh, that one looked pretty good, but wasn't quite good enough. And she walks in another run. Puts Lauren on first. So that puts 3 runs on the scoreboard for Glacier Peak. Timeout Oak Harbor. Coach is going to come out and take the young pitcher out of the game here and make a substitution. So while we wait for a minute here, we'll try to catch up on some of the record keeping while we warm up this new pitcher here. See if I can find out what her name is here. Or if it'll turn around, I'll get her number. Her number is 0. And I guess that's Miss Fallows, who was playing second base previously. Moving into the pitching slot here. On deck for the Grizzlies here is Aurora Ellison, getting all warmed up and ready to go. All right, base is still loaded here. No outs. First pitch low, ball 1. 3-1 Grizzlies is the score of this game right now. We'll get the score up on the screen for you in a little bit. There's one down the middle with a nice strike. First time we've had a strike here for a while for Oak Harbor, so that was pretty good. Lots of chance coming up from the bench for Aurora here. That one took a little bit outside, so 2-1. Aurora's got a pretty good eye in there at the plate. Pitch on the way, a little bit high and outside. Two and 2. Aurora's ahead of the game here. See what she can do. A low pitch, 3-2. Full count for Aurora, and we have full count. Bases loaded again. Time for action. Either a walk will walk in a run, a hit will drive in a couple of runs, and she drowns it down to second base and right through the second baseman's glove into the center field, scoring 1 run. And runners hold up on the field, so the bases are still loaded. Nicely done by Aurora. Making the score 4-1 Grizzlies. On deck coming to the plate is Madeline Ferrero. Madeline playing shortstop today for the Grizzlies. First pitch coming in. A little bit high. That was a strike. So we have 1-1 to count right now to Madeline. Swing on an outside pitch. 1-2 to Madeline. It's there. All right, 2-2's the count here coming in. Foul ball over the fence, out of the backstop, out of play, keeping her in the game here. Madeline doing just fine.
She'll want me to tell you it's like 80 down there.
Little fan coming in to get out of the rain and get warm. Wanted to know if we had a heater. And that was a strike called. And I think that was the first out. So Madeline makes her first strike called out, bringing up Kayla Collins, right fielder. Or where's she playing? I got her. Maybe she's not playing. Maybe she's playing. Yeah, she's playing right field. That's where I have her playing. So that's probably where she'll go when she gets out of this inning. Goes back out there for the second inning. Starts out with an easy pitch here. There's a ball drifting out to right field. It's going to fall foul and out of play. Nobody could get there. Second baseman, the right fielder converging, but about 10 to 15 yards short of getting there. That'll be 1-2 for Madeline at this point, or for Kayla at this point. Getting a little rain on the windshield here. I hope the camera's out there. Oh, Kayla swings it a pitch far and away. Makes a second out for Glacier Peak. I'll bring up Abby Doney. Abby Doney playing left field for the Grizzlies today. And she takes a nice cut at that ball. Strike one. Base is still loaded out there. Abby'd love to get something going, bring in another couple runs here in this end with all those potential scorers out there on the field. See what it looks like here. There's one right down the middle. Looked pretty good. It was good. Strike two. Cut at one, looked at one. 0-2 for Abby. Way behind in the count here. Can't let anything good go by at this point. That was low. Nice stop by the catcher there to keep that ball from getting out of play. For 1-2. Don't know if the rain's coming down any harder, but it's getting on the window here, harder to see. And a swing and a miss by Abby, and that will retire the side for the Grizzlies. Nice bottom of the first inning there with 4 runs scored. And as we enter the top of the second inning, it's 4-1 Grizzlies. And we'll see what the Hill Carver girls can do at the plate. This is STSPN broadcasting to you live over the internet on stspn.com. This is Ron Henthorn bringing you a little bit of the play-by-play here, and the rest of it you watch by yourself. So far, very exciting, very good results for the Grizzlies here, and looking to keep this game going and hopefully not get rained out before it gets too long. But right now, it's just, I would say, not dusty, but not muddy. So got Kelly Bircher back on the mound there again. And let's see who's up to bat here. This should be Finley up to bat for Oak Harbor. I think Finley isn't showing me her number, but she's batting ahead of Kay Rankins, who's on deck over here, and who's number 10. So Finley has a sweatshirt on. Maybe she's a little cold, or maybe she just doesn't have her jersey with a number on it yet. Anyway, she made a nice cut at that pitch. 1-1 on Miss Finley. Another cut by Miss Finley and fouled off the fence over Glacier Peak dugout. Hopefully we have some ambitious people chasing those foul balls out there. High and outside. Full count here for Miss Finley. See what will happen on this pitch. I suspect that Kelly's going to get it in there pretty close for her. And she does, and she swings and misses, and a nice little strikeout That ball had a little bit of drop on it, I think. It kind of dropped away from hers there, so that will be the first out for the top of the second here for Miss Finley. This brings up Miss Rankin, Kay Rankin, second baseman. Or first baseman, I mean. And she gets one up in the air, foul back to the fence. On deck for Oak Harbor here is H. Salmon. I think he gave her a strike on that one. That looked pretty good. 1 and 2 here to Miss Rankin. Outside, 2 and 2 for Miss Rankin looking here. Heading toward the bottom of the batting order here for Oak Harbor. Oh, took a mad cut at that one and got a piece of it. Keep her in the game with 2 balls and 2 strikes. That ball was almost in the dirt. A little bit on the outside, not quite catching the plate. 3 and 2, full count for Miss Rankin. Oh, swung at one off the bottom corner and struck her out. Out number 2 for Miss Rankin. Brings up Y. Sampson. Wish I knew these girls' first names. It'd be nice to be telling you what they were. But we'll just call her Miss Y. Sampson at this point. And let's see if Sampson is as strong as her name here and get this ball out of the infield for Oak Harbor here and not make the third out. Oh, there's a nice sweet pitch right down the middle for a strike. A little bit on the outside, ball 2. Foul tip back. The 1 and 2, or 0 and 2. So no balls yet for this young lady. Oh, an easy. I think she was going to try to hold up, but she swung at it, and she's out. She was tagged out after a swing and a miss. That's 3 outs for Oak Harbor on the top of the second inning. And back to Grizzly. Bottom of the second inning. So the girls are a little... Oh, that wasn't 3 outs. That was only 2 outs. Sorry, Ron. You didn't know what you're talking about. Yep, there we go. So bottom of the second, 4-1 Grizzlies. Looks like we have Miss Steele in at catching at this point. And we have Miss Saar on the pitching mound for Oak Harbor to start the bottom of the second inning here. So first up for the Grizzlies here for start of the bottom of the inning here is number 3, Jocelyn Matheny. Jocelyn Matheny, number 3. Takes first pitch low. I'm not really good at keeping score here, but I thought it was supposed to be Alexis Michael at the plate from the last inning. Foul tipped back by Jolene. Jolene. We'll get it right. Jolene. Kind of hard to read these lineups that the coaches gave me here, so forgive me a little bit for that. They got a little bit wet and they're a little bit blurry, but we'll keep them in here and keep them working good. 2-2 is the count on Jolene. Nice ball from Jolene down to the second baseman, easy up and over to first for the first out for the Grizzlies. Brings up Kelly Bircher for the Grizzlies. So we move into the lineup here a little more. That ball looked like it was in there pretty close, but it must have been a little bit low, so that's ball one. Northwest baseball, a little bit damp, but not called at this point. We're into the bottom of the second inning here. Grizzlies leading this ball game 4-1. Looking for a little more action here. That was a nice pitch, and it was a strike. 2-1. That looked pretty good, but just off the outside corner. 3-1. There's the nice pitch down the middle, popped up foul over the fence into the grandstands. If we were the big boys, we'd have a camera over in the grandstands and see that lucky fan catching that ball in the rain over there. Like all 6 of them out there watching with umbrellas. Oh, nice pitch down the middle, right ground ball to second, up with it again and over to first for the second out. 2 outs in a row for the Grizzlies here. Nicely done by second baseman out there for Oak Harbor. That's Miss Rankin. I believe she's still playing second base. Should catch her number unless they move somebody around here. Now batting for Grizzlies is Nina Kim, the catcher. Nina had a good hit last time at the plate. Takes a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike called for Nina. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning for Grizzlies. Nina takes a ball high, wide, but it wasn't wide. Umpire says that was close enough for me. Nina's a short young lady out there. I thought that looked pretty high from back here where I'm sitting, but I'm not the one that counts. There's one high, and she dribbles it down, and it's going to roll foul to the first baseman, and that'll just be an easy foul ball, and we'll start over again here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So looks like we're ready to go again here. Oh, that one was outside. So 2-2. Nina's got a good look at that one. Checks down third base to get her signals from the coach. Coach says, hit away, I'm sure. Get something going here. And she does hit away on a little bit outside pitch, which makes it go foul down the right field or first base line into the fence. But she's staying in there, not letting anything good go by her. Oh, that looked pretty good. And it wasn't good enough. Called it a ball. Nina's still in there, 3-2. Now you can't let anything good go by, Nina. So let's see where you are here. There it is. She hit a nice ball out to the right field, as short of the right fielder. Went through the right fielder's hands. And she's chasing it to the fence. Actually, the center fielder's picking it up at the fence. And Nina's running into third and has a triple. And she's going to try to get home. And it's a pitch catch at the plate. And a little bit of excitement there. But Nina slides in underneath the throw and scores a run for the Grizzlies. How would you call it? In the park home run, I guess, for her, huh? Nicely done, Nina. So a hit, a triple, and a scored run. So I think we'd give her a triple and a stolen base. That would be a good stat. Now coming up to the plate for the Grizzlies is Emma Bollinger. So have 2 outs on the scoreboard for the Grizzlies. First pitch down in the dirt low. A little bit of excitement there for the Grizzlies to get all around the bases in one shot. Get back underneath the dry canopy there for Nina. Another ball low. On deck for the Grizzlies is Lauren Nixick. 3 balls. Not really getting the ball in there like she needs to at this point. There's one looking pretty close. And it was close enough for a strike. 3-1. She can throw a strike when she wants to, or needs to, as she did in that case. Let's see what this one brings. That's a little bit high, and she balks her. So Emma gets to go to first base. Brings up number 6, Lauren Nixick. Lauren's first baseman here today for the Grizzlies. And she got on base last time as well. There's one that looks pretty good down the middle for a strike. Takes the first one called. Takes a couple quick swings, looking over at the coach for signals there. There's a pitch fouled off back to the backstop here. 0-2 to Lauren. 2 outs for the Grizzlies here in the bottom of the second. And a swing and a miss. That's 3 outs. That ends the inning for the Grizzlies. So that's 2 good innings over with here in this nicely rained area. And while we're talking about the ball game here, out there on the field behind the plate today we have Bruce Houston, and out on the field calling the bases is Craig Dahaku. So as we start the top of the 3rd inning here, we'll see what develops. Need to get somebody with a squeegee out here and wipe off the window. It's just kind of running and dribbling down, makes it look like I'm looking through a little bit of a Coke bottle. So that's Bruce Houston dusting off the plate there, or wiping off the mud off the plate. I think his brush is not too effective, but he's working it out. Interesting note, I was talking to the umpires here before the game. Bruce Houston spells his name Huston, and the umpire on the bases out there is Craig Dahaku, and he's married to his wife, whose last name is also spelled the same way, Houston, but I don't think they know each other. At least they didn't think they did. First pitch fouled off with an attempted bunt there. Second pitch swung at and missed. And that's Miss Sampson, Y. Sampson. Wish we could figure out what Y would stand for, but there we go. We start at the top of the 3rd here. A little bit wide, that'll be ball 1. She keeps looking down the third base coach to get her signals. I think she's got a hit away signal here. Why not? And she does hit away and fouls it off a little bit late on that swing over to the back fence behind first base. So once again we're up here. Oh, that looked pretty good. I'm not sure what they called, but they gave her a ball. 2-2. Must have been just a little low. Oh, Swing and a miss. Strike, and goes down to first to get her out. So she wasn't sure she was going to run that time, but I think she decided that she had to because the coach said run. So swing and a miss on third strike. You can run to first base before the ball gets there. You can get on first base with a strikeout. Interesting rule in baseball, but that's the way it goes. Having a little conversation here. Looks like they're putting her on first base. I'm not sure what happened there. That was not an out. She's on first, so let's get a clarification on that later. Perhaps she wasn't on the bag. Perhaps he didn't think she swung at it. I'm not sure. Anyway, runners on first for Oak Harbor. Up to bat is Miss Finley. A. Finley. We could call her Ann Finley. Nobody's trying to steal here, but thinking about it. Throw down to first. A little bit late, but a little bit of action going on there. Score still 5-1 Grizzlies. If you've just tuned in lately and want to know what's actually happening here, I don't know if the camera can catch that scoreboard for you or not. There's a bunt fouled high, and the catcher runs back underneath it and catches it, throws back to first, and almost doubles her off first, but she got back just in time. So that will be the first out for Oak Harbor. Brings up young lady number 00, N. Fellows. Nancy, Nikki, maybe Nikki. I like Nikki better for N. So see what she can do for us here for Oak Harbor. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Runner still on first for Oak Harbor. Three and one the count going here. That looked pretty good. It was 3-2. 1 out. 3-2 is the count. Runner on first for Oak Harbor. Here's the pitch, and it's strike. Nope. Ball. Full count. 3-2. Runner on first, probably running on this pitch. Did not run, and it's a walk. Runners on first and second. We got 00 on first. Next up for Oak Harbor should be Miss Steele. Number 11, S. Steele. We'll call her Susie. Shannon. Shannon Steele, I like that. Maybe that's her name. Pop ball out to the left fielder. She's underneath it and makes the catch, holding the runners at first and second. That would be the first out for Miss Steele for the Oak Harbor. Out number 2 for Oak Harbor. Runners at first and second. To bat, S.E. Sar, E. Call her Elaine, Evelyn, Eloise. How about Evelyn? She wouldn't like Eloise, maybe. We'll call her Evelyn. Or maybe it's Aaron. It's probably Aaron. I'm guessing it's Aaron. Takes the first pitch, 2 pitch strikes, wide and outside, pass ball, and runners advance out there for Oak Harbor. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. So, Miss Saar, and we'll see if it's Evan Saar. We'll see if she can get something happening here and get a couple runs across the plate. Just a little hit will score a run here. Runner in scoring position, follows it back off the screen right in front of our booth and our camera. Makes things a little bit wild there. That Scholar is 1 and 2, I think, here. Or 2 and 1. 2 strikes and 1 ball. They don't have the scorecard right, but I think the umpire's got 2 and 1. There's a ground ball. Easy to the first baseman, over to second base for the ice out. Nice cover by second base Grizzlies there. Looked like they knew what they were doing playing baseball. That makes the 3rd out for Oak Harbor. Stranding runners on second and third. No runs scored. So going into the bottom 3, we still have a score of 5-1 Grizzlies. Well, if we had our director here, we could probably tell you a little bit about some of our sponsors. I'm sure that some of our sponsors today are wondering why it's raining at this baseball game, but one of our good sponsors is Kathy Salvadolino, who's in the real estate world, and she'd probably like to be out showing houses today in this rain and hopefully get something happening for her. She's really good at the Snohomish area and has a lot of nice properties for sale out there. So if you're looking for something in the real estate world, why, let's look up Kathy Salvadolino. She'll take good care of you. So the game moving right along here at a pretty good pace, going into the bottom of the 3rd. We've been underway for about 45 minutes and about to start again. Let's see, this umpire really does not have anything to clean off the plate with, so right now he's having to use his insole of his shoe, and he just kind of doesn't want to get his broom muddy, so he just wants to get it cleaned off a little bit so he can see it. Right now he's having a conversation with the coach of the Oak Harbor girls, Miss Boswell. So, yeah. So, Oak Harbor took a nice bus ride over here today, and probably looking for a warm bus ride on the way back. First up for Glacier Peak here will be Aurora Ellison, playing center field for the Grizzlies. It's at the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch looks pretty good right off the corner of the plate. 1 strike, 1 ball. They're tipped back into the screen behind us here. It'll be 2 strikes for Aurora. Not a very nice day to be out in the elements watching this ball game. A little widen outside. Ball 2. We have 2 and 1. That's the count. Foul tip back against the screen. That'll be 2 and 2. Aurora's getting a little wood on that ball, but a little bit behind those pitches, so they're going off foul to the right. get a little bit out in front and make up your mind a little sooner. And there's one dribbling down third base, and the umpire called it foul. It was rolling fair and almost picked up fair, but rolled foul by the time the third baseman picked it up. I think she should have left it rolling a little bit longer, but it was long enough. So back at the plate again. And a called strike. So Aurora takes a called strike and makes the first out for the Grizzlies. In the bottom of the third here. Now batting for the Grizzlies is number 10. Kay Rankin. Trying to figure out where she is on my ski. Foul tip down the right field line towards the Glacier Peak dugout. Number 10 is Olivia Wenzel, who's now in the game. She could be subbing in for Madeline Ferrero. So Olivia gets a ground ball right to the first baseman, easy out, steps on the bag and makes it another out for the Grizzlies. That'll be 2 outs. Now batting for the Grizzlies. Oh, try to make a bunt there. Kayla Collins tried to make a bunt base hit. Nice attempt, but bunt foul. Strike 1. Strike 2. Strike 1, yeah. I did 2 on the scoreboard. Keep confusing me. The scoreboard keeps getting behind. Ooh, ball tip. I could have caught that if there hadn't been a fence in front of me. That was right back into the camera. Probably scared all you viewers out there into thinking you were going to get it in your living room. Oh, I think she went. She did. And out number 3. So Kayla makes the third out. Not too much production out of the Grizzlies on that inning. So it looks like Oak Harbor's getting control of things here a little bit. As we go into top of 4. Looks like we might be getting ready to have a couple more girls sub into the game. I know it's like in many sports, they got them running up and down the field, warming up over there on the far left field line. So this is the kind of weather you want to make sure you warm up really good on. If it's cold out there if you're not moving. So, all right, Nina's full gear back here now, back into the catching boss spot. So she'll be ready to warm up the pitcher here. Looks like got number 13, Emma Bollinger, coming up to the plate for Oak Harbor. No, that's Glacier. That's a number 13 is for Glacier Peak is Emma Bollinger. Number 13 for Oak Harbor. I don't have. Oh, I do. Oh, that's M. Young. A little wide and outside, so M. Young. So he could be Mary, she could be Madeline, she could be Mickey. I like baseball. Let's call her Mickey. So we'll call her Mickey Young. Number 8, batting for Oak Harbor here at the top of the 4th. Foul tip back off into the screen here. Has 2 strikes on her right out of the gate. Low and outside. Nice eye by Mickey Young. If her name's not Mickey, she'd probably like it. I call her Mickey anyway. Oh, nice ball floating right to the shortstop. Easy pickup and a nice. And she was off the bag, but I think he called her out. Well, if you watch that on replay, and my eyes aren't that bad, she actually pulled her foot off the bag before that ball got to her. But the base umpire said, "You're out." So that's out number 1 for Mickey Young. And now batting for Oak Harbor. Foul ball down the far right field going wide. Should be Miss K. Finley. Initial K. But I think her name's probably Catherine. So we're going to call Miss K. Finley Catherine if that's who's actually there. And see who comes up next. Girls are wearing their jackets a little bit, so it's kind of hard to catch their numbers, but we'll figure it out here. 1-on-1's a count to her. A ball. Oh, that was. I got to quit relying on the scoreboard and watch the umpire here, because that was called 3rd strike for an out. So. Ground foul ball down the right field foul line. Right fielder runs over to pick it up, get it back into play here. That would be strike 1. I'm not sure who's running this clock over here, but. Oh, that one floated up high. Should be 1-1 if I can catch a little account here from Mr. Houston behind the plate. Foul tip back into the screen. It should be 2. Should be 1-2. I think the scoreboard's reading right for us. And he signals it is. A little bit outside. 2-2 to Miss Finley. And a little blooper pop out to shortstop for out number 3. So there was 3 quick outs there. Top of the 4th as we move into the bottom of the 4th. Still score is 5-1 Grizzlies. This game's moving along at a very fast pace here. And they're probably happy it is. And Oak Harbor's probably happy that there's not 17 runs being scored out here on them either. So let's see what transpires at this point. So let's see who's coming up for the Grizzlies here. Not sure who's on deck at this point. I think there might be some substitutions happening here. Looks like number 9. So that's Alexis Mitchell. Alexis Michael. Hard to read. But Alexis Michael going to be coming up to the plate to start this bottom of the 4th inning. And again, we have the foot swipe by Mr. Houston to clean off the plate just a little bit. It's not really clean, but you can at least tell where the plate is. but professionally not really clean. Get him down there with a wet rag. See what he can do. All right, here we go in the bottom of the fourth. Alexis at the plate. Foul tip back into the screen. Not wasting any time getting that bat around there. A little outside, 1-1. There's a pitch down the middle, a little late on the swing, fouled back off to the Grizzly dugout. 1-2 the count on Alexis. On deck is Jolene Matheny for the Grizzlies. Another foul tip by Alexis off into the fence, out of play. Get a fresh ball into the game. Nice, clean, hopefully nice and dry. See if we can get a little good action off the pitch here. Oh, that looked pretty good, but a little bit outside. 2-2. Alexis, watch that one very carefully. 2-2 is what Mr. Houston says the count is here. So here we go. Pitches away, and it was right in there, a called strike right on the corner. So Alexis makes an out here in the bottom of the fourth. That brings up Jolene Matheny, second baseman for the Grizzlies here. Takes first called ball on the outside. On deck is Callie Bircher. There's a pop fly ball coming into second base. Looks like it's going to be an easy out. If my friend Todd was here, I would tell him that's almost a can of corn, but not a can of corn until it gets in the outfield. But you could call it that if you wanted to. Out number 2, bringing up Callie Bircher. Not anything moving too fast here for the Grizzlies in this part of the fourth. There's a ball in the dirt for ball 1 for Callie. On deck we got Nina Kim, the catcher, all out of her gear and ready to go if Callie can get on here. And she gets a ground ball into second base. She picks it up, kind of lost the handle, and it was a little late getting there. Nice try by the first baseman, young lady there with a nice long stretch. Just a half a step late. If she hadn't bobbled that ball out there at second, that would have been an out. That definitely puts Callie on first base, and I think officially scoring here, we'll have to give the second baseman an error on that play. All right, 2 outs. Nina Kim at the plate. Runners at first. Nina fouls one off over the fence into the backdrop. Drops back into the field here. Looking over at the coach to see what the signals are. Looks to me like the coach says hit the ball in the outfield. And not too much on signals for these girls, but a little wave here and there. There's a ground ball to the first baseman, easy out. She'll take it herself to the bag, and it makes the third out. So that will be the end of the fourth inning, and we'll now go into the fifth. So still 5-1 Grizzlies here. Not too much action happening since the early innings here. First inning when we had things going for both teams. Oak Harbor scored that first run of theirs, the only run of theirs in the first inning, followed by Glacier Peak scoring 4 of theirs in the first inning and 1 in the second inning. And that's been all the scoring there has been so far. No scoring in the third or fourth innings or fifth innings as we now start the sixth inning here. So Nina's waiting to get her gear on, get this game started. Usually some other young lady or comes out of the dugout to help warm up the pitcher, but no volunteers, I guess, at this point. Want to help Callie out here.
Still working?
I hope it's still working. We're into the 6th inning here, boss, so if I push the right button, it's working. You tell me. That is back behind the plate now, so a couple pitches here from Callie, and we should be ready to roll.
Perfect, but there's no score.
I didn't have time to go do that. You can put it up. It's 5-1 Grizzlies.
Were you repeating it over the other?
Yeah. All right. Now coming up here in the 5th inning for Oak Harbor is number 16, N. Vaught. N. Vaught, we can guess her name might be Nancy. She probably likes Nancy. First pitch away here. Nice down the middle. Looks like a strike to me. Let's see what he calls it. He called it a ball. Must have been a little bit low. So,
Hey, Ron, how you doing there?
hey, Todd, you're back.
I am back. Back from the Glacier Peak Stadium meeting.
Hey, good meeting, I hope.
It was a very, very good meeting. We found out that we have been able to pass the wastewater test and the sewage test. So there's enough parking and there's enough sewage. We can.
Excellent. It's moving right along. So
It is moving right along.
now looking for a construction date pretty soon, huh?
We're all hoping. We've got the bids all in. We've got. We just have to get it past the school district now to be able to allow the naming rights for the stadium to be able to finance it.
Oh, let's call it the Todd Elbig Stadium. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
the STSBN Field, right? Or,
that. Yeah, we call it STSBN Field. Oh, nice strikeout there by Callie. So it's called strike, and we got one out for Oak Harbor here as we work on the top of the 5th inning here. And I think this is Miss Finley. No, number 12. Who we got? This is Miss Sampson. Y. Sampson. Foul tip off there to the right. And did a little adjustment on the camera there. If you're watching, don't get dizzy. Looks like 2 strikes. That one looks pretty good. Fouled back. Still have 2 strikes. You like that? A little better, yeah. Get all done fooling around and close that cold hole in the wall there.
Yeah. I don't want you to be uncomfortable, Ron.
No. Oh, a swing and a miss at an outside pitch. And that's Miss Sampson makes this out number 2. So 2 outs here, top of the 5th for Oak Harbor. Game moving along at a nice pace here. Oh, that one looked pretty good. Well, they look good to me, but he doesn't call them strikes, and I think they look good. They must be a little bit low or something as they come across there. And that one was a ball. That one's popped up over the back of the backstop, going out of play. Another free ball for the fans in the back here. It's both of them. So we have 1 ball and 1 strike, I believe. The scoreboard isn't right. There's this nice pitch. That was a strike. That should be 2 strikes and 1 ball. It is, according to Mr. Houston there, as he puts his fingers up for me to see. Count on him, but I can't always count on the scoreboard. Oh, a little wild up outside there. 2-2 should be the count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Looking to end things right here with that pitch, and it's a foul tip right back into our screen. That's probably what happened to your camera a while ago.
That That fixed it up right.
Actually made it better?
Better.
All right.
Oh, except it turned it a little bit towards the third base.
Yeah. Well, it's been hit a couple times, so it may have been better earlier. I didn't pay attention to where it went. So, yeah. So, there was another foul back into the screen, but a little higher this time, so that didn't bother the camera. Yeah, that looks pretty good. 2 and 2 and 2 still there. Fifth inning, 5-1 Grizzlies. And that's a floater up there. Full count should be 3 and 2. It is. To Miss Finley. The money pitch here. Down the middle, a swing and a miss, and she's out of there. So she makes the third out.
Got $1 there, Ron?
So that ends the top of the fifth. $1. You need a shim or something?
I gotta feed my diabetes.
Get you something cold to drink. Yeah, we're sitting here in this broadcast booth along with the concession stand, and they're getting not a whole lot of business here today, but this is a nice field day. I know some of the younger girls who play baseball are here picking up their T-shirts from the youth league. So we'll see if all of them show up today. Special day for them. It's always a special day when you get a nice T-shirt so that you play fast pitch softball. So, looks like first up for Glacier Peak here will be Emma Bollinger. Getting some nice, easy, quick cuts there, ready to roll. So, how many people showed up for that meeting there, Todd?
Not as many as that were invited.
Yeah.
We had Principal Jim Dean and a bunch of others that want to get it going.
Well, got the important people there. I think that's all that counts, and we'll get it moving along. So, Emma takes first pitch in the dirt there for ball one. Took a cut at that one for a strike. 1-1. You know, I grew up playing baseball back in the Midwest, and in a rain like this, they'd call a game. They don't play in the rain back there. They get too many good days to play in. But out here in the Northwest, it's got to rain pretty hard to stop a baseball game, or any other game for that matter. But mainly baseball. That's the ball outside. 3-1 is the count here.
They're probably less likely to want to call it today anyway because this bus came over from Oak Harbor.
Yeah, the ground ball rolls slow over to second. Easy pickup, easy out. First out there for Emma. So Emma makes the first out there for Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Brings up number 6, Lauren Nixie. Nixie? What was that? Where's her name? Nixick. Yeah, I read the letters right. Nixick. Oh, Lauren takes first pitch down low. Takes a swing at the second one. 1-1. So a little excitement here earlier in the game. At first inning, we got 4 runs by the Grizzlies and 1 run by Oak Harbor. And in the second inning, we got a run by the Grizzlies. Really exciting. It was a nice hard hit ball out in the outfield, and it was missed by the center fielder, rolled past her, and the young lady went all the way to third, and then they waved her home, sold home. So we had a little excitement early in the second inning, but since then it's kind of just been a little hit and miss. A couple hits and a couple easy outs. So not much action going on, but so far still got a 5-1 lead for the Grizzlies here. So,
well, being here in the press booth / concession stand / scoring booth.
Yeah. Yeah. You You can keep track of whatever's going on, right? And
Well, I like these kind of press boosts because that way we can get a little candy once in a while. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't say that, honey.
Yeah. You meant something to eat candy.
I said, I don't.
Yeah, we'll leave that one where it is.
I'm not supposed to have any.
Not supposed to have any sweet stuff, huh?
Nope.
No sugar. Lay off that sugar. So if you're not supposed to have it, why would you have it? I mean,
Well, of course I didn't. I just looked at it, but
that makes it. That's better. I'm glad you just looked at it. That was a good-looking ball. Should be a full count here. Lauren is looking at a full count here. Tipped it back, foul again. They like to bang into the screen there and rattle up your camera there, Todd.
well, the ball hitting the screen kind of does a little camera adjustment.
Yeah. Makes it look pretty. Wiggle diggle.
I'm waiting for it to hit it square on and.
Walked her. All right. First base runner we've had for the last couple innings here to make any scoring threat at all. So, 1 out, 1 on. Brings up Aurora Ellison. I think Aurora might have taken a cut at that, but backed off just in time not to get it called. Ball 1.
Who do we got there as the catcher?
Catching for Oak Harbor, we should have Miss Steele. S. Steele.
She's certainly got a good little jump up and
Yeah.
throw threat. She looks like a threat when she throws. She jumps up and has that ball. She's going to toss that thing.
Yeah, she's not going to give her any opportunity to think she's not paying attention to the runner on first base there to steal second. So her name is S. Steele. You could call her Susie or Sharon. There's a ground ball to pitcher to second base for the force out. That should be out number 2, I think. Got the lead runner there. So, still got runners on first base with 2 outs. That should bring up number 10, who's in the game now. What's her name? Number 10. Olivia Wenzel. Into Glacier Peak at the plate. Should be looking at 2 balls there. Ball tip into the dirt. Two and 1 count to Olivia. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball over to the second baseman. Picks it up easily to first base and makes the 3rd out to end the bottom of the 5th inning there. So while you were gone, Todd, we talked a little bit about Kathy and her helping getting us going here. So.
Sure appreciate that. Kathy has been one of our sponsors. Kathy Salgalino over there at Windermere. She's been one of our sponsors for years now. She helps us get the football program and the basketball, and now here we are with spring sports.
Yeah. This is the nice Glacier Peak fast pitch softball. A wonderful game to play.
What's the difference between fast pitch and slow pitch?
Well, obviously one's faster than the other, but...
is there a slow pitch?
There is a slow pitch game called slow pitch softball, and when you slow pitch softball, the ball has to have an arc and come across the plate on an arc. It can't come across the plate slow. So if you were slow pitching from where she is now, the ball would be about 10, 12 feet in the air and come dropping down about 30 or 40 degrees at the batter to the catcher instead of straight down like that. It's kind of I don't want to say an old man's game because it's not really that, but it's fun to play, and usually you can hit the ball pretty good. So I've played it. And I've played this game as fast pitch softball for men, and I like the fast pitch game better, much better. It's a much more difficult game to play. So that's the main difference.
Well, I hate to admit this, but I think that this is probably my first actual sit down with a girls softball.
To watch a girls softball game, yeah.
And they all look pretty serious out there, I got to tell you that.
Oh yeah, these kids are all looking serious because this is a game that they can work themselves into a college scholarship and play college softball for, Division I school. The University of Washington has a very, very good softball program here in the Northwest and has taken their kids to the national championships before. So that's a very exciting thing for some of these kids. It's something they can work on. There's a high pop ball to infield. Looks like it's going to drop down to the second baseman there for out number 2. So that's going to bring up number 8, Miss E. Sar. A little dribbler ground ball picked up by the first baseman, carried it back to the bag herself, makes that out number 3.
That was quick.
It was a quick end to the top of the 6th inning. So as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning here, we're 6 outs away from ending this game. So see what happens. Interesting girls softball here. There's a few rules. I don't know all of them, but there is some different substitution rules. I think that the pitchers and the catchers can, if they get on base, they can have a free substitution runner for them multiple times. So they don't have to be out there standing on base getting cold or running the bases. So they can sub a player in for them and then go back in the game, as opposed to most baseball where you sub somebody out, you can't go back in the game again. And every other player, as I understand it, who's on base can be subbed out one time and go back in the game. But the pitchers and the catchers are unlimited, so it's kind of an interesting rule for the ladies' fast pitch softball here.
Now the face gear, that must be optional, because I see some have it, some don't.
For the batters, you mean? Yeah.
Well, no, outfield too. You've got the pitcher out there. You got looks like first base. She's got something on there, I think. Or no.
Yeah, they probably have some kind of a guard on there. And if you were a parent and you just paid $2,000 for the braces to straighten out your daughter's teeth, I think you want a guard.
Well, first off, I'm not sure where you've been, because I've got one with braces, and $2,000 is not even hardly a down payment.
Oh, okay. So, I was just taking a wild guess at the price of
Yeah, I think by the time his is done, about $7,000.
Is that what it's getting to these days? Well, you definitely want to put something over your face to protect those beautiful teeth on these young ladies, I would think. So there's a high pitch inside. So you have Kayla Collins up to the plate here for the Grizzlies in the bottom of 6th. There's a pop fly ball. It's going to drop behind the second baseman, right to the second baseman for out number 1. 2 pitches and 1 out. Brings up Alexis Michelle. Or is that Michael? Michael, thank you. Alexis Michael. Takes first pitch high and outside. Should be ball 1.
What do we got tomorrow night there?
Tomorrow night we've got boys baseball.
Big matchup.
Big matchup. That's the Snohomish kids playing tomorrow night. think got the schedule on here somewhere and pick that up.
Lake Stevens.
Lake Stevens, that's who it is, yeah. And we'll be playing over at the Snohomish High School baseball field tomorrow night, 4 o'clock at that game. Weather pattern a lot similar to today, so I don't know if it's going to get worse or better, but on and off again, light rains, misty rains. Oh, that was a called strike. Alexis was all ready to run to first on that one, so
She was thinking that was a ball.
she was thinking that was a ball. And I think she probably has a 3-1 count instead of a 2-1 count shown on the scoreboard. There's a pop fly ball going back to the center field, and it drops in front of her for a base hit. No, she caught that? Did that look like she caught that? I guess she did.
Well, I can't really tell because my window here has got a lot of rain on it.
Yeah, that's kind of what
It's
that's kind of what I'm looking for.
It's kind of distorted. So
Well, she was down on her knees and she got her glove on it, but I thought I saw the ball on the ground. But through the drip holes in the glass, I didn't see it. There's a ground ball to second, bouncing ball, nicely fielded by the second for another out, and that will make 3 outs quickly, just like that, for Jolene Matheny, ground ball out.
are you sure these girls aren't just trying to get it done here?
Well,
So what is this? This number?
this is the bottom of the 6th now,
No, it should.
so
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
I thought it was the
Top of the
seventh.
7th, yeah. So we're going to top of the 7th, and we just finished the bottom of the 6th, and 3 outs, and we're done here. So this game is a lot faster than the boys' game was last week. But nothing's been happening, like I said, since the first and second inning here, where we had a little action going on. Kids were hitting the ball.
Did you look over there to the boys' game, see if you could see what the score is?
I didn't look over there. Can't see it from here. So I don't even know who they're playing over there tonight. Looks like we still got Callie Bircher on the mound out here. She's going to try to finish this game off.
Is that Meadowdale over there? I think it is. No? I think it is Meadowdale over there.
So 3 outs away from a win here for the Grizzlies. 5-1 to score.
6-4 GP. We have unreliable
6-4 in the boys' varsity game over
Authority.
there. And we think they're playing Meadowdale. Is that where we think?
That is what we think.
All right. Well, at least they're winning. And they're playing Meadowdale. That'd be good. So we have some Snohomish fans out there that like boys baseball, and will join us tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock here on stspn.com.
I wonder if one of the McDaniels boys is in that.
Does he play for them?
He's got a couple of twins coming up there. I'm not sure if they're
Really?
sophomores or juniors.
Oh, well, you got to check that out so we can find out what's going on.
Well, it'd be nice if you could say, yeah, your dad's sponsoring it.
Yeah, that'd be great. This is Miss Young at the plate here for Oak Harbor for the first batter of the 7th inning. Taking a couple called balls. Not what Callie's looking for out there. Third one outside. Oh, that was, I guess the first one wasn't a ball. I'm looking at the scoreboard here. I think they look like balls next to the scoreboard. So let's see if Mr. Houston can put his hands up here for me on this next pitch. We'll figure out what's going on. Well, he fouled that one off. So
1 and 2. She can throw some stuff. She can throw up some slop right now.
well,
It's in her favor, right?
if it's 1 and 2, she could. Yeah, let's see. Put your hands up, Mr. Houston here. Let me see what's going on. Come on, Bruce. That one looks down in there. There, it's 2 and 2. All right, we're gonna go along with that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Top of 7th here. That one's right in there, close, and he's called strike, and she's out of there. Can't stand there looking, Miss Young, but you did, and you're out of there.
I can't believe you found a heater here, Ron.
Yeah, I found a heater, and it's
You
pointing
know,
at me, not at the concession
I
stand.
gotta tell you, I leave it to you to be able to find where there's a heater.
And I plugged it in. It works pretty good. Much better than being cold like we were last week.
Yeah.
Ground line drive back to the pitcher on the first pitch for out number 2. Nice catch by Callie there. We're down to the last out here for Oak Harbor, I believe. And not sure who's.
And that would be it.
Yeah, that would be the
Because they're
end
not
of the
going to
game.
go to the bottom.
Swing and a miss. This game's going to be over in time for me to go to dinner over at Mongo's, man. I think that would be an ideal thing to do tonight.
You know, I was over and saw Chris today.
You did? Yeah.
I did.
Well,
Saw them over there, and well, you know what I did have?
yeah.
A couple of days ago, I went down to Fred's and got a panini.
Oh,
Bacon turkey panini. Are you kidding me?
that sounds pretty good. Did you have,
Oh,
did you
man.
have that Black Butte Porter with that?
Man, that was good. No, it was daytime. I wasn't drinking beer.
Oh, that was a lunchtime thing, huh? Okay. Ground ball down to first base. Easy
Here we
pickup.
go.
Takes it herself over to first base and makes the third out. And that should be the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Oak Harbor dropping this game 5-1 to the Grizzlies here. And this is our inaugural broadcast of girls softball. We did have one scheduled earlier, but was rained out, but it was fun to do this today, even with a little rain on the windows. And a little action here in the first part of the game, and not too much happening since then, but happy they won and add to their record. So
What is their record?
Grizzlies improved their record to, where's the Grizzlies record here?
I'm looking over at the concession director here, and she's like,
I think they
I have no
they were
idea.
8-5. I think they're now 9-5. So, yes, they were 8-5. Now they're 9-5. So
well, that's
they're-
perfect.
they're doing pretty good. They're in second place in Westco South 3A behind Shorecrest and Meadowdale. So they should be moving up pretty nicely here. Hopefully, make it into the playoffs. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow at Snohomish High School and do the boys' game, unless we really get a terrible rain out. So look forward to seeing you there at that time,
I'll be there.
and look for a big game then.
Yeah,
So,
they're pretty big rivals, I think.
yeah,
Snohomish and Lake Stevens.
and Lake Stevens has a pretty good record. As Lake Stevens leading the North 4A League, and Snohomish is in second place.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be a good game.
So it should be an excellent game. So look forward to being there tomorrow night. So until then, this is Ron Henthorn and Todd Elvig here signing off for STSPN, and hope to catch you at our next game.
Good night, Ron.
Good night.